Greetings, children. Welcome to the online classes. This is Aishwarya. Please like and subscribe the channel for the further updated videos. Please follow the textbook while during the explanations. It will be easier for you. The following video is for class 4, subject General Science, chapter 5, the food chain, part 3. So, in the part 1 and part 2 of the same lesson, we learned what is a food chain. That means it is the link between all the animals, right? Starting from the producers are the plants. Then we saw what are prey, predators and apex predators. Then we learned what are the different links in a food chain. Those are producers, consumers and decomposers. Producers are plants. Consumers are people who eat or animals who eat. Decomposers are the ones who decompose all the dead and decaying animals and plant parts. Then we learned that there are first level consumers, second level consumers and third level consumers. Now we are continuing with the lesson where we are going to learn about energy lost at each level. Now, as the food chain gets longer, there is decrease in the level of the energy and which passes from one animal to another. As the food chain gets longer, there is decrease in the level of energy that passes from one animal to another. Plants are the only organisms that make their own food. Plants introduce the energy in the food chain. They are also called producers. All the others are the consumers of that energy. Where do the plants get this energy? They get the energy from the sun. Okay. More organisms are required at the lower level of the food chain because more of them should supply the required energy to the animals that are higher on the food chain. Now, these are the first level consumers. They eat the plants, right? So, I will show you one example here where the grass is eaten by the deer. So, the grass is the producer, the deer is the first level consumer. Second level consumer is the lion. The lion will eat the deer. So the deer and the lion uses up the energy that is produced by the plants. Okay, but the amount of energy in plants or in the grass is more than the energy present in the deer. The energy in the deer is much lesser than the energy in the lion. The energy transferred to the lion as the chain increases. So in the deer it is little lesser and in the lion it is more lesser. Why? Because they start using up that energy for running and hunting and breathing. Okay, that is the link in the energy, or that is the loss of energy that happens during the cycle or during the food chain. Next is an energy pyramid. What is an energy pyramid? An energy pyramid is a graphical representation to show the energy used up at each level of in a given ecosystem. This is one example of energy pyramid. Here you can see there is pyramid in a triangle shape, right? On the lowest part it is the producers, right? Producers have high amount of energy. As you can see, the energy is more. If the base is more, so the energy is more. Herbivores have a little lesser energy compared to the producers. Carnivorous animals have more lesser energy compared to the herbivores and the producers. The top predators, they have much lesser of less energy present that they can use, right? They all start use herbivorous examples, different plant eating animals, right? Like panda, deer, all these things come under herbivorous animals. Carnivorous, we are carnivorous animals. Then the top predators. The top predator of India is a tiger. The tiger is the top predator in India, and in Africa the lion is the top predator. So this is nothing but the energy pyramid is a graphical representation to show the energy used up at each level in a given ecosystem. You all have learned about the food pyramid also, right? Like how yeah, the topest food you should eat very less, like that. Here the energy on the bottom is more, on the top it is very less. Next, we are going to see each link of the food chain is important, right? Yes, all links are interdependent. They are interdependent on each other. Lions may not eat grass, but if there is no grass, then what will the deer eat? With no grass, there will be no deer, and hence no food for the lions. Similarly, the lion is also important for the grass. If there is no lion, then the population of the deer will go on increasing so much. Hence, the ever increasing deer population will eat up all the grass, leading to the decrease or complete loss of grass. So, by consuming the deer, the lion keeps the number of the deer below a certain level. So, there is no or overgrazing of grass. That means there is a link between all the three of them. They keep a check on each other. They are dependent. A lion is also dependent on the grass, and the grass is also dependent on the lion. Now if the lion stops hunting the deer, the number of deer will increase. If the number of deer increases, then they will start eating more of grass, but then all the grass will be dead. So, or overgrazing will happen. There will be no new grass growing. So the lion is also important for the grass. Now if there is no grass, what happens if there is no grass? Now there will be, the deer will not have food. If there is no deer, if there is no food for the deer will die. Then what will happen? The lion will not have food. So there is a level, there is a balance between each other in the food chain, which is the balance in the whole environment. Okay, and that has to be maintained. Anything exceeding the number will be too heavy or too bad for the environment. Like human beings, we are too much in number, and we are troubling the environment also too much. Next, we are going to learn about food web. Now, in any area, there are many food chains. Most plants and animals are part of several chains. When you draw all the chains together, you will end up with the food web. Food web is an interlink between all the animals and plants in an ecosystem. It is an interlink between all the plants and animals in an ecosystem. Food webs are more informative than food chain because they show how consumers and producers are interconnected in nature. Now here you can see that starting with the plantain, down on the right hand side you can see plantain. Now plantain is not eaten by the rabbit, by the mouse, and by the grasshopper, right? Grasshopper also eat the berries. So the energy here producers are the plantain and the berries. Now if you just continue with the plantain, rabbit, mouse and grasshopper eats the plantain. Then fox eats the rabbit, right? Then fox eat the mouse also. Then buzzard also, a buzzard is a bird. So buzzard eats the rabbit, and buzzard can eat a mouse also. Then if you come down to the berries, berries is eaten by grasshopper, butterfly, green fly and titmouse. Now this is the grasshopper is eaten by frog. Then the butterflies also can be eaten by frog. Then a green fly can be eaten by a ladybird. A bird can be eaten by a dragonfly, and a dragonfly can be eaten by a frog. Okay, so you can see how they are interlinked with each other. Now if you take the center snake, that is linked with the buzzard, and it eats the frog also. Frog gets the food from dragonfly. Dragonfly gets the food from ladybird. Ladybird gets the food from green fly. Green fly eats the berries. Like this, they are interconnected. They are the interconnection between the producers and the consumers is called a food web. This picture, when you see, it looks like a web, right? A spider's web. It just looks like a spider's web, nothing but it is just connected with each other. Okay, that is called the food web. Food web means it is the interconnection between different producers and consumers in a ecosystem. Stay at home, stay safe, and take care of yourself, children, and keep learning. Thank you.